Every time you want to be in these videos now, huh? Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Sarah Taylor. I upload 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Sundays are weekly vlogs. But as it is November, and I am the love child of Clerk Griswold and Mrs. Claus, I have dedicated basically the rest of the year to holiday content. So today we're doing the third and final installment in my gift guide video series. If you have not seen the other two, I have one gift guide under $100. I have one gift guide with Jeremy for men. And then this is the over $100 kind of catch-all video. So much like the other one, this is gonna kind of run the gamut of possibilities. And if nothing else, get your wheels spinning so you can make your own decision. But hopefully it is of benefit to you. Hopefully you find some value in it. I am a whole person with lots of interests and hobbies. I am sure I am not a one-off on that. So assuming you are as well, or people who are shopping for are as well, this is gonna have a lot of different stuff in it. So the first thing I'm going to mention is the brand Le Creuset. It is an enamel cast iron French like cult icon brand, and I'm very grateful that I own many pieces from them. I can also tell you they were one of the very first things I ever bought myself when I was really learning how to cook, and I still have. I got a 5.5 quart Dutch oven. I still have it. I use it. I literally used it for dinner last night. Use it all the time. But if you are gifting to somebody who either is at an age where they're into cooking or they're trying to like take it more seriously, maybe they just bought a home, maybe they just got an apartment, whatever it may be, maybe they're starting over. That was my case. I left my entire life basically, except for Adelaide, and started fresh. So it was a very expensive couple of years of my life, but it happened. Yeah, and I can tell you, literally it brings me joy every single day to use my stuff. So I mentioned the tea kettle in the other video. It's more like price conscious option, but if you are over $100 and depending the range of it, you could do a ton. I have 3 of the Dutch ovens now. The smaller one is like, I think 5.5, and then it goes up to pretty large. And then I've got 2 of the enameled aluminum stock pots. Those are great. I have even the smaller one is huge. So I use that for like pasta, and then the large one, if you made like big batches of soups, if you have a huge family, anything like that, I have both. They're wonderful. Another option could be the grill pans, kind of depending on the recipient, whatever they're into, but I don't know a single person that would like snub their nose up at Le Creuset. It's a fantastic line. I mean, honest to God, their quality control is amazing. They last longer than we will. It's so worth it. Another option, totally unrelated, and for the record, none of this is in any kind of particular order. I'm a big fan of giving like cozy kits of sorts to people. My best friend actually did this for me last year. She got me a beautiful, like really nice robe that I wear whenever it's like remotely chilly. So I'm a big advocate for like nice cozy clothes, whether it's a nice plush robe, good slippers. I'm also a big believer in a dressing gown. If you either are somebody or have somebody in your life who's into that vibe, I love that kind of nostalgic like lady of leisure. You know, I'm not one, but I like to pretend like I am sometimes. And it's just really nice to be like, you know, getting ready in your dressing gown. It's like a whole new level of having your shit together. And it's just, I mean, a beautiful dressing gown. And they can range pretty dramatically in the price point. But I know Barney's has some, I know Net-a-Porter has some. Pretty much every department store sells some. You can also just hit up a lingerie brand. I know Agent Provocateur makes some really beautiful options. Or has in the past. They also make beautiful like swimwear. They make the most gorgeous lingerie you'll ever see in your life. So pretty much any opportunity to buy something from them, you should take it. I can tell you from personal experience, I've never regretted a single thing from them. If you want to take the dressing gown a little further, you could even throw in one of those hair turbans to help drying the hair, or like the silk head wraps. I know some like really nice kind of niche hotels sell some, but I also know there's like an aqua wrap, and I know Violet Grey sells some. I know for a fact, I think Barney's and Net-a-Porter and you know the like. So you can get like a nice silk wrap for the hair. You know, if they're into like hair or just overall like self-care, maintenance, stuff like that. If they spend money on themselves, I mean, nobody's gonna want to turn that down. Another option though, if you want to add even more to it, a silk eye mask. I just got myself one. I had it on my Christmas list, but if you sleep next to somebody who's on their phone or on the computer, or you have glare, we have little lights on our outlets throughout, like on the walkway, like little tiny little lights, so you can just kind of illuminate the floor. But I can see one from where I sleep, and between the computer and that, and these like, I don't know what the hell he's got in the closet, but it like illuminates the wall at night when it's real dark out. So I need help. And so I got a slip silk eye mask and love it. It's so nice. And it's nice too because beyond it, you know, just helping you with the light prevention, because it's silk, it doesn't tear at the eye or tug. So it's not, you know, aiding in like wrinkles or anything like that. So it's just kind of a nice little assist. So if you're looking to do something like a riff on the cozy clothes or like cozy kit, you could do like a really like bougie lady of leisure, and you could do like a dressing gown with a turban and the eye mask and just make it a whole thing. Or like some really beautiful bath salts. I saw that Neiman Marcus has I think it's called Lord Jones, like the CBD bath salts. It's gorgeous. So I'm gonna pick, I think I put those on my Christmas list, but if nobody gets them for me, I'm gonna pick them up next year. But I was like, hell yes, I want to try that. That's also just like a good idea. So if you know what the person's into, if they like a specific department store or store in general, anything that they are fans of, patron that store on their behalf. So with us, we do a lot of like Neiman Marcus. Well, we used to do a ton in Nordstrom. We've kind of backed up a little bit from them because they've annoyed me in the last like year and a half. So I tend to stick to specific brands that I can accumulate points with or some sort of a status with. But with Neiman Marcus, I find they've gotten really good at like bath. If you've got somebody who really likes to take baths or like anything kind of in that vein, they've got a ton of options. They've got some really beautiful molten brown. They've got some really nice bath salts. They've got gorgeous candles. I mean, you've got a ton of home, which I think to go there, but it's also kind of like specific when you need that stuff. But if they're into the home decor, especially if they've got a certain aesthetic, they've got Mackenzie Childs, they've got specific ornaments. I mean, you've got some options. So that's an idea. Even if it's not specifically Neiman Marcus, but like if they're into whatever, if they're into any kind of a store, patron that store. You know what I mean? At least you know it's going to be well received. A gift, I said this in my other video, but specifically in this one, I really want to say it again. If you have somebody who's into wine, gifting a case of wine is a great idea. Or if you're like me and you're like kind of the wino of your friend group, like I'm the one that orders the wine when we go to dinner, well, pre-Rona when we would go to dinner. I have a lot of confidence in gifting wine to some of my friends. Like I know what they would like. So that's a really good idea. If you're like, I don't know at all what to get this person, they've got everything. You know they like wine, you know they trust your taste. Dude, get them a case of wine. Another thing you could get is a Coravin. If you are like me, my best friend Nikki is in the exact same boat. We're the only ones that really drink wine in our houses. So I don't finish a bottle of wine at night. It's very rare. I won't say never, but it's super rare. Basically allows you to pour a glass of wine without augmenting the bottle itself. So it replaces the wine with argon gas, so it preserves the wine that's left in the bottle. So you don't have to like race the clock to drink it, which is really nice, especially if they're like a solo drinker, or if they're, you know, like with us, he might have a beer or he might have a margarita and I'll have a glass of wine. So it's just kind of nice to have that option. Like I don't have to like, oh God, I gotta get this down, or like turn it into whatever. That could be a really lovely gift. If you want to take a different route, you could do like an aerator, like a really beautiful like wine aerator. You could do a decanter, new wine glasses. Like, I mean, kind of go as far as you want to on that. I know personally, I really love these glasses that I've had for quite a few years actually now. They're by Wine Enthusiasts and they're this like infinity glass. They're beautiful. And we have some Riedel, but I still prefer the Wine Enthusiast ones. I honestly do. And so I think a really nice gift would be, especially if they need glasses, champagne, like equip them, like set up their bar, wine glasses, champagne flutes, whatever they need. And then whether it's a decanter or an aerator or maybe like a bar kit, like a mixing kit, that could be an option. I mean, you know what I mean? Just kind of get your wheels turning on them. But those are, if you've got anybody who's like setting up home or, you know, is going through life changes or whatever, like those are good gifts. They're very useful and pragmatic, and they're things weirdly we don't buy for ourselves very often, I find. And if you wanted to go even further, you could even do a wine fridge. I personally think if you're gonna do a wine fridge, you really should know that person. Like you should know that should be somebody you're comfortable making that kind of a purchase for, so you get their style right, you get the size right, whatever their specifications, like whatever their goals are for it, all that's right. But if it's one of those things where like whether it's the right price or it's like a good interim gift or whatever, like I know Costco's got some really nice ones. Those are, I mean, depending on who you're gifting it to, it could be a great idea. Another idea, if you are looking for something totally different, would be like Dyson hair tools. Everybody and their brother talks about this, but like I have them. I've had them for oh God, I've had the blow dryer now for like, what, 2.5 years? And I love it. It's so great. I love the Dyson hair tools. They're amazing. It's great for the integrity of your hair. They actually help the overall health of your hair. If you're gonna use heat on it, you should use that heat. But yeah, I don't know anybody who'd be like, ugh, if they got like a blow dryer, the air wrap kit or whatever underneath the tree. That's always a safe option. Another option, if you know them well, would be skincare or makeup. I have a belief that if you're gonna gift skincare or makeup, you should gift luxury. Like you should make it a moment for them. It should be an experience. Like I don't wanna see, unless it's for like a kid, I don't wanna see, you know, whatever brand. I want it to be like nice and luxurious and, you know, the whole to do. So if you're gonna gift that, know what they're into, know what they're not into. You don't want to offend them, and you also don't want to get them the wrong stuff because it's kind of a pain in the ass to return it sometimes. But yeah, I know different brands offer like holiday gift boxes and like sets, and I know Charlotte Tilbury has an advent calendar, but there's always like a giant asterisk on this. Like you should really know who you're buying for and have the confidence to make that purchase with them. Otherwise, like literally ask for specifics, and I mean specifics. Make sure you get the right size of it, the whole bit. A gift I really love to give to specific people is home decor. So this is one of those things that, you know, this is not what you give to some like random acquaintance of yours. This is what you give to somebody who's like near and dear, who obviously like you feel comfortable making that kind of decision for. I love the idea of gifting things that I know they love. You know what I mean? Like you saw it and you immediately thought of them, you knew where it could go, or they've talked about it in the past, or like, I'd really love to find this, or I'm really anchored, like I've got this in my mind. If you know they've been looking for something and you find it, or you know that like, you know they would love it, like it's a home run, do it. Because the thing that I find really lovely about gifting home decor or something like that is those are not gifts that like, they're not consumable, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things that it has to land, you have to do it right. But if you do it right, it becomes a sentimental piece, and it like elevates even more how taken you are with it, because not only is it in your home, but it's also a gift from a friend or a gift from whomever. And I like to be that kind of person. Like I am totally somebody, if I can get it right, I'll do it. Otherwise I'm gonna fuck it up, I'm not doing it. But I'm a big fan of like the unexpected but like right on. You know what I mean? Like, yes. Like pay attention to what they say. If you've heard them say, you know, I'm really in the market for like candlestick holders, and like, you know, I wish I could find this thing, or, you know, I've really had the hardest time looking, I'm trying to find whatever. If you find it and you know it's right, get it. Because it's just like, I don't know, personally, I'm very sentimental, and so if somebody could get that right, I would love it. So if you have somebody like me and you know how their brain works and what they're into, Godspeed. Another option would be, again, niche, it needs to land right, but like vintage beauty items. If you have a collector, if you've got somebody who really loves like the bygone era of certain things, find those. And you can find them. Like there are estate sales and there is Etsy and there are places you can go online to find them. But like the old hand mirrors, the old brushes, like the old vanity setups. Like I really love the kind of the golden era and the Art Deco era, and just that kind of the moment. Like it was such a moment, and I just really love that, and I miss it. And I like, not that I was alive for it, but I miss the priority that a lot of us had around it. So if it is reminiscent of that, it makes me feel a certain way. It evokes that feeling every day or every time you look at it. I mean, like, my God, get that, do that for that person. But yeah, that's something I think about where it's like, you would never expect it, but if they wanted it and like you find what they want or whatever, like, oh my God, home run. Because they'll have that forever. And I mean, it's such a hard thing to get. But if you can find it and do it right, again, like home decor, do it. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but like riffing off of the cozy kit, doing something like a bath kit or whatever. If you know the person's like into self-care or into any kind of version of that, do a basket. I like to gift multiple things. Like I like to do a whole little moment for them. So whether it's like a stack of stuff or it's like a custom made basket, you know, or I shouldn't say custom made, like it's a basket with it's curated, if you will. But if they're into that kind of stuff, like you could run with it. You can go as far as you want with it. But there is such an array of options nowadays that it's so easy to do, and it's such a nice thing to receive. A gift, an opportunity to take care of yourself and like chill out. Like who doesn't want that? And then kind of depending on what they're into, you know, adjust as necessary. Like run with it. You know, as long as you know the person, and I'm assuming after a certain price point, you're gonna know the person pretty well. As long as you can land it, like that, I would not get pissed about this. This is all stuff I would want. Something else, I stole this from my dad. My dad's done this my whole life. Put money on, if you like don't know what to get them or you're traveling to them, you finite amount of space, whatever, money on an account. So whether it's a gift card to a spa or salon, if you can put money on their account, whatever that looks like, do that. Because especially if you're like gifting it to a parent, because they brag. I've heard it. Like, oh, my so-and-so, my daughter, my son gave me blah, 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 blah. And it's such a nice treat, because the other thing is, you know, they're going to use it. You know, it's like awesome. But yeah, cover a nail salon or cover whatever they get, cover it. And it might even offer them an opportunity to try something they've always wanted to try. So you're going to give them like another little perk. So who knows? Lastly, I would say, if you wanted to give them like a lot of stuff, or if you're kind of wanting like that big moment, you know, where they've just got like a ton of things in front of them, those are always lovely. You know, not everything needs to be huge, but like when you want to go big, an option could be like an entire suite of products. Depending on what they're interested in, it could be, oh my God, you could do anything from like the laundress. I talked about that in the other one, but you could do like a ton of stuff. You could do, which for the record, that's like laundry, but it's like elevated. It's beautiful. It's the laundry detergent I use. I love them. It's one of my New Year's resolutions actually, to like get more stuff and like take that more seriously. The weird resolutions we have as we get older. But you could do that. You could do workout apparel, like get them like a bunch of sports bras and leggings, or like they do bar socks, or you know, whatever, like the little grippy socks. You could do those. There's like all kinds of directions you could take. If they were like really into candles, you could get them an entire like suite of candles from their favorite brand. You could do, I mean, like whatever, like let your brain go. But yeah, like who doesn't want that? Hopefully this was helpful and got your wheels turning, if nothing else. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all very soon. Bye.